Quickly confirm to me if you can hear me right away. We just did some switch ups. So confirm if you can hear me. If you can hear me, quickly use the question. Oh, okay, all right, I can see it. Yeah. All right, great. So it was what the wait. All right, so let me quickly switch to my screen because this was really meant to be an interactive section. So I never knew I was just talking to myself all the while. All right, so sorry for that. So let me quickly switch my screen, and once you can see my screen, quickly give me a one that you can see my screen. Right, so let's do this. Right, great. So quickly commit one if you can confirm my screen. All right, great. I can see that. I got that. Yeah, Carlos J, Carlos Paris, Rand Tucker, Mac Middleton. Right. Yeah, great. So, okay, so we said it was what the wait, and I want to say this presentation is going to be smart, and we are going to just make it value packed and keep it under 1 hour so as to allow you to meet up with your other kids and, of course, attend to other family concerns. So, we are looking at starting your own digital interactive AI agency with Cubeet. So I don't know if you're already doing that. I don't know how much you're already achieving with Cubeet. Of course, I will also open the floor for you to interact and also let us know what challenges you are having. We are ever moving, and that's because we are gradually pushing Cubeet to become a household brand, which will be a SaaS product. But at the moment, we want to ensure that all our maiden users are making the most out of Cubeet and, of course, whatever challenges we have. Like every other software related service out there, even the giants, Facebook, Google, they still have updates ongoing. They still have bugs which they still fix every day. So it is not a surprise that we are owning up to these concerns. We are owning up to these challenges. But again, we are reinvesting and we keep investing to ensure that we make the best out of Cubeet and, of course, to hit the competition out there to become the number one go-to tool when you talk about interactive tools. And of course, these are services which people are already using out there. These are common freelance portals which people are setting up um, agency gigs which are the same gigs you can actually set up using your Qubit account access. Just setting up a video invitation. The freelance portal gig is budgeted at around $1,500 to $3,500. And this is the same functionality that you can get done with your Qubit service. And of course, you can also help other marketing company or professionals set up video marketing services. And these are budgets which is going as high as 3,000 to 5,000 US dollars. So this is a whole lot of money you are leaving on the table if you were not venturing into the agency service and, of course, leveraging on Qubit. Again, with Qubit, you have other video related services which ordinary people like you are already doing. So you could see gigs of persons who create video for Amazon product listing. And I don't know how many of you are aware that with Qubit, you could also directly fetch your Amazon product and have it listed on your Qubit instant pages, and you could also list it on other pages and promote your Amazon product and get paid by Amazon as an affiliate, that is as an Amazon associate. And of course, you can also create other stunning commercial brand videos using Qubit. And you can see this dude did this as high as $235 and got over 494 gigs done. Again, we talk about creating amazing professional videos starting with $50, and this dude here also did about 1K plus deal. I wouldn't want to punch the calculator because I really like punching calculators to really allow you figure out what you are missing on the decks. Of course, when you venture into agency services like this, when you get your hands fixed into product you've invested into and trying to see how to make it come true, you come to appreciate how much you are leaving on the table. Right. So that's exactly what we are looking at. And tonight we are looking at uh, what this training will be focused on. So far, we are looking at the introduction, and thereafter we'll jump on straight on. Right from this slide, we'll be looking at several smart agency services you can start, and we will have a quick run through of Cubeet, going straight into the Cubeet dashboard again. I know you may have left it for some time. For some others who may have dig around, discovered some imperfections we have there. Yes, I must own to that. There are some imperfections we may have right inside there, but the confidence we have and the confidence we given to you is that we are working to perfect the imperfect. But of course, we cannot get it 100%. But we are working as a team, and that's why we are also taking you along down the journey. So we're also looking at setting up your white label. Some little concern, and I'm happy I have Carlos Perez right in the room. Carlos Perez has sent me couple of mails trying to find out how to set this up. The interesting thing is he was also able to figure out things and got it done, but he had some question which particular was how to set it up on a subdomain, not just on your primary domain. And of course, we're looking at question and answer. So, Carlos Perez, I hope I got you covered, and I'm happy to have you right in the room. Same way around Turker. All right, so these are enthusiasts of Qubit who are also working assiduously to ensure that everything is working fine from the end. So quickly, we jump into what we have here on the agency services right here. So let's see. All right, Carlos Services, thank you. All right, welcome. So we have well about 15 collections here. Get that one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, there we have 14 listed here. But of course, we are not limited to the services because in a subsequent training, we'll further expand on each of these trainings. So we'll look at mini interactive page designs. And again, we'll look at what we have on video marketing right here. Again, we have what we have here. It's the lead generation. So that's what we have here again. And we further have the live consultation services. Okay. Oh, sorry for that. Rent tech call. So my screen. What happened again? All right. Okay. I think we're there now. Right. Great. So again, I said we are looking at interactive page. I'm trying to get the feedback. Okay. Yeah. We are looking at a breakdown of services you can quickly jumpstart with your Qubit access. Mini interactive page designs, video marketing services, lead generation services, live consultation services, recruitment services, survey, rating, question services, feedback, testimonial services, two-way video, audio, text, SMS services, tweet promotions, which is more of social media marketing, YouTube promotions, which is also on the social media marketing. Of course, we have the Amazon affiliate marketing, we have the Shopify store promotions, we have the direct pay processing, the website blog promotions. Like I mentioned, there are a whole lot of collections of these services we can find right in here. But I just choose to focus on some of these services and discuss them with us right in here. And of course, I'll be launching straight to the Qubit so you get to see how all of these services are possible right inside of Qubit. But before I proceed, let me know using the comment section box. Have were you able to discover the possibilities of these services right inside of Qubit while you were using it? Or are you just like, wow, are all of this possible with Qubit? Let me get your feedback right in the comment section box before I proceed. All right, Carlos Ferrer says, yes, I see the possibilities. All right. All right, Kenneth Saab says, didn't know this was possible. Darling Jane says, wow, I didn't know. All right, great. So that's why we are in this training, because we also got to know that most persons really did not see this whole possibility, and of course, a whole lot with COVID. Yes, familiar with those options. All right, Ranteco. All right. Very needed services. Exactly. Carlos J says very needed services. That's true. These are hard in demand services. In fact, when you talk about digital marketing services or digital agency services, the question is, what are those digital services that everyday businesses, everyday local businesses needs? Individuals, entrepreneurs need to kickstart their business. We talk about pages. That is why you see the web design niche is quite booming, and that's why you see within the software industry that tends to launch almost every day. You get to see that any product that comes that does website design, even when we have WordPress, several content management system like Joomla and etc., which many persons are already familiar with, they already have access to, but we still see that many persons still hunger to get in touch or lay their hands on those new web designing tools. That's because it's a hot niche. It's a niche where you can keep leveraging on to make money, because there's always a need to design one business page or services to the order, either for your personal use or designing it for a client. That's really how possible it is. And that's what it's possible with Cubeet. You can have mini interactive page designs done, right? Using our design. I'm going to jump in and show you all of that. Now, coming down to video marketing services, I really like using the video options we have right inside of Cubeet. So some persons may have concern using the cameras, but you can leverage on stock free videos that you can use, or videos that have been prepared by your clients or customers, and they don't really know how to position this video to get the necessary traction they need for their product or their services. You can help them position this video. Again, when you talk about lead generation services, many persons hunger to build leads. Many persons are already familiar with what the gurus tell them, that are content, or rather there is money in the list, right? So everybody wants to own a list of their own. So how do you go about helping these persons build biased leads of their own, professional, authentic list of their own? Qubit also helps you to get all of those done. Now, coming to talk about live consultation services. This is also another gold mine services out there. Imagine helping businesses to set up a consultation front for their product or services. And this is where people pay more, because when it comes to consultation, it's a one-on-one relationship kind of service. So you are giving someone 30 minutes of your quality time, 1 hour of their quality time, trying to review where they are, what are their present concerns, what are their present challenges, and helping them to fix what the problem is. And people pay heavily for this. It could be related to personal growth, it could be family concerns, it could be in the medical niche, it could also be in the legal niche, it could also be in the veterinary niche. Just think about it. Just about any niche you can set up a consultation services on, and this is a broad area. When we expand on this on our subsequent training, you're going to see several other services you can create within the live consultation services, which Qubit also allows you to run. In a previous training, we've talked about the recruitment services. This recruitment services allows you to run recruitment services either for your own business or helping businesses to get that qualified workforce which they need. And how do you do this? You leverage on our two-way video marketing feature, or you leverage on our feedback tool, which we have right inside of Kubit. Again, another service you can set up is the feedback testimonial services. On the feedback testimonial services, we've used it a couple of times, trying to also get feedback from you about the Cubeet product. And of course, we further added an update to this functionality that we also went a step further to focus on gathering testimonials, because testimonials really help to build your brand authority, really helps others to get to see that they are not just the only ones using this product, but there are several others using this product and they have positive feedback, they have positive things to say about the product. So that helps you to sell your own product or your own services. So that is why gathering of testimonial or helping businesses to build testimonials, it's more of a brand reputation building, which most businesses needs today. Yeah, we could say we have a couple of other products offering these services. Yes, that's true. But now think it this way: how can you make back the money you invested into Cubeet? These are services you can run as an agency or for yourself, which gives you a quick leverage to make the money back for yourself, because these are hot in demand services. I don't want to go into the stats showing you statistics of what the gurus and what other review organizations who have conducted researches have said about this, because we just want to keep this training simple as we are going to run this training in a series. All right. Again, we talked about the two-way video, audio, text communication process, which is one of the most powerful tools which you can use for your live consultation services, and you can also use it for your recruitment services. There are several other concerns which you may need your two-way video, audio, text, or SMS pool services to set up. We have it up right there inside of Cubeet. Again, we talked about your social media promotions, promoting your tweets, promoting your tweet handles. You have a tweet and you just want to set it up on a page. And when someone sees the tweet, it could also be just anyone's tweet. It could be an influential tweet which you want to use to promote a product, or which you want to use to exercise some social authority over your product or your brand. So imagine that you are promoting, let's say you are promoting your agency version of Cubeet. And on the page where you are promoting it, you have a tweet by Elon Musk talking about how interactive video or interactive web element is the future in 2023 and beyond. So imagine what such tweet, when you have it on your page where you're promoting your own agency on your page, what effect it will have on your first time visitor who wants to buy access to your Cubeet account right on your page. Automatically you've sold your product to this visitor or to this prospect, because just seeing the mention of Elon Musk, and already you are making a presentation to the prospect about setting up its own interactive web element using your agency access to Cubeet. That it's already a green light for the prospect to want to jump into it, because Elon Musk, as an authority in the internet space, is already giving a go to it. He would want to jump on it. He will also be feeling left out, that he's the only one that has not really gotten into this, has not tried it. So in his head, he's already making the calculations that this is already what he needs to get to the next level of his business. Yeah, thank you very much, V3D TV. All right. Yeah, we'll try to see. At the moment, I can confirm because we had to restart this. I can't really confirm at the moment if it's recorded, right? To know if we'll have a replay, but the guarantee is we are making this training into a series till next week. All right. So again, we talked about the YouTube promotions. I will also be showing you straight on screen how all of this plays out. Again, it's the Amazon affiliate marketing. So if you've left out your Amazon affiliate marketing game for a while, this is an opportunity which you can jumpstart. And of course, you know that with the Amazon affiliates, there have been some limitations and some target which they want you to get to before they can uh, grant you access to some more privileges. But with Cubeet, you can right on the go start promoting any Amazon product using the AI tool right inside of our Cubeet. I'm also going to show you that in a bit. Some with Shopify store promotions and of course direct PayPal are processing, website blog promotions. So I'm not going to be talking further much on this. I'm going to be jumping straight into the Cubeet dashboard so that you see firsthand for yourself how all of these are possible with Cubeet right from the Cubeet dashboard. So I want to get on to open another browser. So we coming straight to get on another browser here. So on the browser, I want to go straight and get on Cubeet. Okay, let me minimize my screen here. All right, great. So everything fresh here. I'm just trying to get this as practical as possible. Nothing has been pre-opened or pre-set up. So we're going to be doing this right straight on screen. So I'm just logging in to a default account. And right on this default account, I'm coming straight to uh, okay, let's first, we're talking about creating mini pages. And of course, if you toggle within the screen here, we talked about interactive pages, video marketing pages, lead generation services. So in what I'll be showing you now, you will get to see how some of these services overlap. So I want to see your ability to identify the possibilities in all of these services right on screen here. All right, so here we are. So let's say I just come straight to create a new flow. On the new flow, we've updated with our server templates from what you had earlier. And we've also updated on the thumbnails, making it more attractive that you can see the thumbnails and know which of it you would want to jumpstart on. And we are also still populating more. And we will also be updating on what we call the or I've already selected on one template. Okay, this template picked up here. So this here now could just be a page design we've set up. Now, on this page design, you could see this is a CEO lifestyle. So could be more of a personal brand touch page. And I don't have any interactive element here except for the fact that this is well set out, is looking nice. Okay, one of the interactive element I have here, it's the buy me a coffee tool, which it's more like a donation functionality. So on your buy me a coffee, if you have your buy me a coffee link, which is more of a donation link, you can come paste the link here and it's going to fetch your profile or whatever campaign you've set up in your buy me a coffee. So you can fetch it up and create the card. But let's say that you are not interested in setting up a buy me a coffee card or something. What again can we say? Okay, let's switch it now and say this dude here, this handsome looking CEO wants to run a consultation service. So I can take this out. Notice here, this has a yellow styling. I can just take this card out and I want to bring in another card. Now, the card I want to bring in, okay, rather, instead of getting a card, I want to engage, right? Because our focus here, we are looking at a consultation service. So on the consultation service, I could choose to work first with a feedback tool so as to allow me to get what the person really needs. Then from the feedback tool, I can always further interact with the user, or I could also choose to use our conversation, which is the two-way video tool we have here. So if you select this, right on the selection here, you see I can enable video, I can enable audio call, I can enable live chat, I can enable phone call, I can enable instant SMS. These are the possibilities with this. So whichever one I turn on here, if I'm turning on the live chat, it enables the live chat right there. But here we are turning it off, and I can also turn on phone call, which means I have to pull the call recipient number, which is the number which will be receiving the call. I can also choose to turn it off, and it's left with SMS or audio call. I could also choose to leave an audio. I can also choose to turn off the our SMS. But this particular functionality, it's dependent on the Agora API. So we had coded the Agora API, which means for this functionality to work well for you, you need to go enable your Agora API before this is going to work correctly for you. So at this point, I'm going to take this out and rather work with what we have here, which is the feedback tool. So I'm saying with this feedback tool, I could just drop message saying, how would you want me to personally growth hack your business? So this is more like a prep leading to a consultation service. So right here, let me do some branding. We use yellow there, so I want to change my background right there to something close to yellow as well. Right, so that's it. Okay, I come further. I want to drop shadow, and I want the shadow to be black because I want it to stand out, right? So again, what can I do further? Let's say my text color. Okay, that's black. That's okay. All right, I can also choose to walk around with my border. Do I want it dotted? Do I want it solid? Do I want it dashed? So sometimes I like it dashed, then I will now make the border color white so it stands out. So let's go further, and I can say I want to make mine edges, that's round corner. Let me take this to 7, or I can take it to some more figure. Now that's off proportion. So I take it 7. That's fair enough. Right, so I just have it there, and there I had an option to change my button color. So let's play around button color. Let's take button color to somewhere close to blue. All right, sorry, I changed my text color right there. Let's take it back to what it was. Just black there. All right, let's leave it. Then coming to my button color. Button color is already on blue. So let's take it something close to ash. I want something close to ash. Let's see. Let's get close to. All right. I think it's more of ash blue. I want to get something contrasting with its t-shirt. Get something contrasting with this t-shirt. Okay. I think. All right. I think, and just close there. Let's get a little to the ash. All right, this is close there. All right, so you can also play around with your opacity right here to give you what you want. And once you're done with all of that, I can still add some animation there if I want to wobble to really show that I want the tension to go right in here. So once I'm done with this, I'm coming over to say I can choose to generate a thumbnail. Okay, I'm not logged in as a user here, so I want to export this as a flow. So exporting it as a flow right there allows you to export it as a mini page. That's exactly what it does. Yes, we have a CNAME option. That's from V3, looking at the chat. All right, I will leave the chat for some moment, but you can drop all your chat concerns there. And when I go over to chat, we check it up so it doesn't shift our attention. So I come over here to get to summary. So once you get to summary, at summary, there are several other concerns which you can, of course, affect there. So notice here that whenever you design using Cubeet, it automatically generates a page link for you. So this becomes your mini page. And you can now further set up what we call the meta tags, meta descriptions, which helps with your SEO. So at this point here, if I could choose to change my URL tag name, which is what it could be here. I can just call this, let's just call it CEO consultation, right? And you can still have a page title as CEO consultation, whatever you want it there, you have it. Then, of course, you can drop some more page descriptions as you may want to, and you can also add some more page content as you want to. So you have it here, CEO or consultation services on demand, right? So we have it there. So as much things you may want to add, you can also come here and add it on the page. If you have some more content, you can also add it there. Now, if you want this to be as a widget that will be displayed on your site, I believe you already know this. You can select any of the widget and have it there. You can also set the orientations. We are not getting into all of this because these are the basic setup which you already are familiar with. So I can just come over whatever setup I've done here. Always remember to save, make your save changes. So it's going to process that and update your design. So already you have your mini page set up. So I can come over to this page right here and let's just copy the link. Let me come over to incognito. Yeah, let me get open to incognito and I can just load this link. And if you have access to a custom URL, so what this means is this, it's going to load right inside of your website, right inside of your own domain, and that's what your users are going to see. So the much content you have, that's the much content that will fill up the space where you have it there. And you are going to enjoy this more when you are viewing it from your mobile devices. So that's why most persons say that Cubeet is a mobile first design solution. So I'll also share you the link in the comment section box so you can also view it at your time using your mobile phone. And if you're there, you can go ahead, use the video tool, create a video. It's going to request for that, and you can start recording. You can also get to set up your audio as well. So that's because I stopped my camera. You can also choose to set up your audio. And once you are done setting up your audio, making whatever recording of your choice, you can then stop the recording. Now, you say it pops up a page, and on this page, you are required to provide a name and an email address. So for every time you have an action that requires your website visitor to provide his name and his email address, either to get something valuable from you or for him to submit something that is of importance to him and he provides his personal details, that is a lead generating service. That is a lead generating process you've done. So for everybody that comes to want to consult with you, want to learn about your consultation services, it means the person will always have to come, fill this information and submit it. So once he submits it, that's okay. And at your own end, you can also play around with the URL I just shared you there. You could drop your video and you'll notice that it requests that you provide your first name and your email address. So that again is a lead service which you've just set up. So for every setup you do inside of Cubeet, which we've just created a mini interactive page. You could add as much functionality as you may want to. Right there, you see we just played around with some video element, right? Again, you can also fetch video from over 50 million assets we had already embedded into Cubeet. All right, so before I move on, let me quickly check the comment section and see what has been dropped there so I know if it's something I can quickly touch on. Yeah, it says of the action of mail says is there a way for us to change the writings on the box of asking for name and mail? Okay, at the moment, you I think what you were asking is if you can change. either if you request for name or that. Another functionality you can use that would give you the access to determine what you want is when you use under our engage tool, we have questions, we have survey, so that can allow you to play around. So if you refresh this now, you also get to see the analytics. So far, we've gotten this engagement. So if I come over to my overview here, and this is what we created. So I can come back to interactions here. Okay, on interactions, I've just submitted this so you can see the details of what was submitted, and you can see the audio which I provided right there. So you can see the audio right there. So let's close this up. All right, so while we are at this section, let me also quickly mention further updates which we did here. Let me quickly say this. Daniel James says, do we have a client login to their own dashboard with CNAME mapping for their business, not as? Yes, we do. So that's if you provide them, if you sell assets, that's if you have either a reseller access or white label access, then you can offer your clients their own account access where they can get all of this done. So I believe that's what you were asking, right? So here again, let me minimize this. Sorry for that. So coming back to overview, we've just quickly seen that, and I want to come back to the create new flow. So on create new flow, you also get to see some other functionalities. Let's go this time work with the blank canvas. So right on the blank canvas, let's say I just want to work with video. I can come pick video, and once I select video, I can pick any video of my choice with just typing the keyword, and I can search from a keyword. So let's just say you type Christmas. So you have there Christmas. So let's just use Christmas. Let's not add another key phrase to it. And let's see the Sarah collections we can have there. All right, so in Christmas, you can see several videos which you can pick from and make whatever designs you want to do. So in this case, let's say I just want to create a video page. By video page, we mean what are the elements that makes a video page a video page, a video landing page. You have first your title header. On your title header, you have either your image, your video. So since it's a video page, this time your video, then you can either have your bullet points and then a call to action button. So all of that are possible using Cubeet. So let me quickly do that. So let's say we were to create a video page. So let's start with playing around with the backgrounds. I like playing around with backgrounds a lot. So let me just pick any design here. Okay. Okay, this gives me, and we have some cool design tools here. Let's say I want to work with, should I work with patterns? I think let me work with some patterns right here. So if I select patterns, I can come look at for some more patterns I may want to work with. And if you don't want to work with pattern, we have some other blobs you can choose to work with here. Like we have here, you have the option to work with scribbles if that's what you want to use in designing your background. You can also use that. You also have option here to work with some blurs if you want to work with that to get your background designs done. So in this case, what should I use? You also have gestures here that you can work with, and let's see. Okay, I think I already mentioned blurs. I already mentioned, okay, we have it there. So let's take this out. Let's take this out. So each item you select, you can delete it out. And get your stuff done. Should you work with? I'm just pretty confused here. Right, let me take this out. Let's rather work with what we have here. So in my pattern, I want to select the pattern. Let me see what pattern I can select from here. Okay, let's work with this. And on my pattern, I can increase this. I want to make it contain, and my foreground color, I want to make it white. And I have the object fitting either contain or I can make it cover. So let's see if I make it cover, I can increase this. If I choose contain, what that means is it's not supposed to leave the border, right? So let's see, leave it at contain, right? So it's within range here. I can also choose to pick this, then duplicate it. I bring it down here. Let's adjust this further, right? I want to adjust this further as well. Let me take this down here. All right, so let's just do something quick here. I want to get my text. I could just get my text. So in my text, I want to say grab your first ever AI interactive tool, right? So I could also choose to walk further with my text, and my text, I want to centralize it, and I want to keep it bold. I could also choose to increase the size, but I want to give this a background yellow, and should I leave my text as white? No, I think that black was cool enough. That black was sharp enough. So I leave it as black, right? So let's just have this here. I can increase this up, and I can still do some further touches here. I don't want to add some more designs, but I could still do so. I want to, let's just leave it as solid border. So my border color, I have it as white. So let's still leave it here. All right, so we have it there. So at this point, recall we are just trying to set up a video page. So again, I can just come down here, drop a video. Remember, a video page could be, I can just set up a page for this video where a replay of this video. And this video could also be like a review for an affiliate product I want to promote. So let's just say Christmas, just like we had it here. It could be more like Christmas sales purchase or something. So I just have it there. I can stay, choose to play around with my video borders to give it some fittings. So I just come here and have it down there. Okay, so we have video contain. I want to set my border type. I could have this as solid and have my border white. I want to increase my border width to say 7, or I could take it to 21. Let's leave it at 19 so it stands out. And not to play much with color, I can go turn off the color here and just allow the border to show. So this point, I am turning my border color here, right? So take it as none, since we already have it here. Or you could choose to however your design wants to be. Then this point here, I can then come over to work with my icons. Add here are my icons. I can now come to icons. In the icon, whatever icon it is I want to work with, I can have as much icons as much as I want. I could have them there. So I can just reduce this. This forms my bullet points I want to create. So I could duplicate this, have it here, duplicate this again, have it there. Then I bring in my text. My text, I just drag and drop it here. So in the first text here, whatever it is I'm promoting, so you could say, or 10 times your leads, bias leads with this. So you could just have it like that, 10 times your bias leads. So whatever it is, if I want to streamline this, then what that means is I can just come over to the text right there, which we have, then I reduce my text font size. I have it as 20, I could come here, have it as 17, right? So I want to have this as white as well. So whatever formatting you do, the formatting also remains. So I have it there, it's text white. Notice here that you still need to play around with this as well. So I can just adjust this further and it restores back my design flow. So again, I just want to duplicate this. I bring it, I could say best traffic source. Again, I just need to align this, come back, align my icon. I could just duplicate this again and say, don't miss the cell again. So that becomes my bullet point. So at this point, we're done setting up. Then we want to add our call to action, which is our button. So on a call to action, I can just say, click here to grab this now, right? So all you need to do, expand your button a little further. However you want it to be, you can expand it. Then I try to centralize it. You can drop your icon wherever you want to drop it. So you also check again what commands fit better. I think what we have, it's the fair enough. So I could just have it there. And you can now work with your funnel setup. Now your funnel setup, once you click on the up button, what do you want it to do? Do you want it to redirect to a link or do you want it to redirect to another flow? So that's where you actually set up your funnel, your sequence. So right here, what we have here, I can say redirect to a link. So whatever the link is, it could just be https forward slash get Cubeet.com forward slash bundle, whatever it is. I just have it right there. So once I'm done setting up all of this, you see, we've just used video. We've set up yet another page, but this time I call it a video page, trying to put the elements of a video page to work in setting this up. So all I need to do further is just to come here and export. So I just need to save this again as a flow, and it's going to process it for me. I have yet another video page set up. So all I need to do, come back to the summary page here, and hit on or edit right here. I just call this video page, and I want to call it video page. Right, so scrolling down again. Yeah, that's it. I call it first video page design. I can just have them here. Okay, let's just leave it there. And I hit on save changes. So again, if I set up this link, I can also come back here, open it on incognito, or let me open it incognito. Okay, let me copy it first, then let me open it incognito. While that is loading, let me also share it so you check it from your own end. So that's the link of the video page we just created. So I can have as much content as I want to have right there. So what's the question? I'm going to the comment section box right now. Okay, Darling Jane says, wow, says, please send me now the special bundle link to purchase this Cubeet. Okay, including all tiers. Okay, it's brilliant design, great job. All right, thank you, Darling Jane. All right, so let's get concluded. Like mentioned, this was just going to be training all through. All right, but notwithstanding, you can also still click on that link here. It says click to grab this now, and you'll get access as well. So let's just jump over to the other aspect of it. So if you click here, it takes you down there. The other aspect which we talked about still on the possibilities with Cubeet, we've seen lead generations, we've seen video marketing, we've seen mini interactive pages, and we've also seen live consultation pages, which is the same thing you can use for recruitment services. So let's quickly see. You can start up your survey rating questions and of course your feedback testimonial services. So that again, let me come over to the screen. Still on the screen right now. Let me see, switch. Like mentioned, this was going to be smart, so we don't really take much time. What's the hour right now? I think we already made an hour, so I'm going to switch up with speed a little because I didn't intend this to get up to an hour because of time slot. All right, so if I'm setting this afresh again, still on video, I can choose to come over to engage, and we have what we call the presenter tool. So this is more like a functionality that allows you, there are several other products that has all of this, but we went a step further to make your video presenter more interactive. So if you're shy of camera, you can also click on here, pick any of the videos we have using a keyword, and you search it. Just think about just what you want to promote. Let's just use Christmas. So whatever it is you want to promote, you can have it there. And whatever message you have, you can also use your phone to make a recording of it or that of the customer, your prospect, your client, whoever it is you want to set this up for, you can also do the same. And all you need to do, just go search for your choice video right from our collections here with just your keyword, and it's going to set up the video for you. So while that video is loading, you have the option. All right, great. So you can set a video right away there. You can see they do their dance into the music. All right. So once you have it right there, you can choose to set up the survey. So once you set up a survey, you see you can play around with what you have here. You can change what the answers should be. And what our Rand talker was asking, if you can decide what you want to be. Do you want to pick email address or do you want them to provide their phone number? So you have those options to play around with, and you can play around your choice of surveys. And something interesting we have here is the list type. If you want your list type to show in ABC, or you want it as IO, or you want its icon, you can have all of that set up. So just about any creativity you can get done with Cubeet. That's with survey. So let's say I'm taking this out. Time will not permit me to go creating all of that in full and putting it in creativity as you want. You can also come here to set up questions. So you can have a questionnaire here what are the tips taking care of the mental health. You can decide if you want to turn on email, if you want to grab their email, or you want to grab their phone number. So depending on what you want to do, these are still tools that allows you to build leads, still on leads generation. The another tool you have here is still on the inquiry. So on the query, you have the option to also turn on full name. You have the option to turn on email address or phone number, or you have an option to turn on leave notes, or you toggle off leave notes, and you just have this opt-in form here. So depending on what you are giving out to them, you have this option right in here. Again, what we have here is the contact us form, which does pretty the same thing, allowing you to grab leads. Then this now brings us over to the social media, which you can use to promote your social media handles. And we have the request callback. So the request callback also allows you to set up the configuration of persons you would want to call back. Once they set the details, the system also notifies you of those who have filled this form. All of this, you could have it live on your website. Again, you can use the widgets just like we have it right here. So you could have your widget. Okay, this is taking me until I log out. I think I will need to try that. Let me quickly get that done to show you what I'm trying to mention for those who are not familiar with it. But I believe by now you should have been familiar, should have been playing around with Cubeet. So yeah, so you have the Cubeet widget floating somewhere on the page. Yeah, exactly. So you can see it floating right here. I can click on it, it toggles. All right, great. So you can watch other tutorials and you get to see how you can set up that. And you have the rating functionality. Yeah, you can state if you want to get email address and you want to enable those that will leave a review on your site. So the interesting thing is we're improving on this so that reviews you have here, you can quickly embed them on your website. I'm also going to show you that update, what we did with testimonials, which is a step further, allowing you to use Cubeet to fetch testimonials. You can do it for your brand, for your own business. You can also help other businesses to get it done so that you get paid for setting up such services. Now, coming over to that's just what we did with the Engage. To coming over to our cards tool, which is something interesting I also like here, is what I talked about fetching your tweet content. So there's a tweet content which you can fetch from and promote just about any tweet you want. So all you need to do is just copy the tweet URL. So let's say I'm on Twitter here, just the example was mentioning to you. And on this tweet here, let's say, who are we going to use? Should we still use Elon Musk? Right, let me use this guy here. It just pops on the page. I don't know him. Uh, let's see. So I can get him again. It was Frederick. All right, let's just say, let me use the search right there. Uh, let me use Bill Gates. Do I have any content of him? All right, let's use the man of the moment, Messi. I don't know his handle, but I just want to search it up. Okay, let's just go down here and see any of the tweets we can fetch about him. Got Mbappe there. All right, so let's say Leo Messi. Let's just assume this post is by him. And all I need to do is copy the link to the tweet. So once I copy that, I come back here. And if I just wanted to have embed this, I can just drop that link there and it's going to create a card. So depending on the content of the card, it's going to fetch it and drop it right on the page here for me. So I can choose to use it. So you see it there. That's it coming through. Yes, I have brought honor to Argentina, Messi, Madonna. So it's still trying to feed the content through. It's going to populate it full blown what it is. So you could just use it directly on your page. Yeah, great. So that's it. So you could directly use it on your page and promote just whatever you want to promote. And what that means is whoever visits the page or sees this and clicks on it, you can either use it to build your following on whichever Twitter handle you are working to promote. And you can also use it as a brand or product authority in your page, whichever page you want the widgets to flow, or you want to use it as an instant mini page. So you see, there are several possibilities with Cubeet. So it quite depends on your flexibility, your creativity, how you want to go about it. So that's it with this. So I can just take this out. Again, another functionality we have here is YouTube. Just what I did now with Twitter, you could also do same with YouTube. I think I have, let's see, with YouTube right there, I can just come pick any YouTube, let's see, something in Cubeet here. This is just anyone's video, so I'm just picking it up. I just picked the URL right there. It could be your own video, just any video you want to promote with. So that's why with Cubeet and video marketing, you can just work with any content you have. All I need to do right now is drop my YouTube link and create the card, and it's going to fetch the YouTube video for me and place it right here. So you can work with that. So you can do the same with your website, blog, just any site, or PayPal directly receive payment from your website. So the our internal AI is working it out, getting the content up for you, and it's going to place it right there. So once it's finished processing it, you're going to see, okay, yeah, that's it. So that's the video right there. So you can, of course, have it however you want it to be, position it. Your background could be just about anything. So we're just showing you the possibilities of what you want to do. Now, let me show you the final one in this section, which is also, all right, let's see, the video was already playing. So let me just show you the final section, which is something most interesting to me as well, because it allows you to play around with, let me just clear this out. Right, so again, Amazon. Now, this directly fetches your Amazon product. Let me just log into Amazon, right? And I want to fetch an Amazon product, which we can promote here. So let's say, right, right, so let's get toys for the little baby for the holidays and enjoying the holiday moment. Let's see, what can we get? What can we get? So let's just see. We are working with this table cover. So I want this table cover. All I need to do, see this table cover is going for $29. So all I need to do, I have my account already logged in as an associate. So I come over here, I want to get link. You can see there's a new functionality which Amazon has. So I come, I click on text. So getting my link, I have the short link. I would rather opt to get my full link. So I just copy this, come back to Cubeet on this product. All I need to do is drop my link and I hit on create card. So it's going to fetch this particular Amazon product. And the interesting thing is this product, once I have it as a widget on my website, or I'm promoting the direct mini page generated URL, I can use it to sell my affiliate product directly from Amazon. Great. So you see it right here. We have it right down there. So it has fetched the product. It has brought it up. I can now come make my configurations however I want it to be. I can also edit whatever I want to edit. I can add my title header, add whatever fine text I want to add, change my background to whatever I want it to be. I can just say Let's say that. And I come over here on my CAD, which is what we have here. I can come down here, play with the product photo. I can play around with the product name, that's in 3 inch. And also you can set the product price, which is $29 that was in stock there. And you come over here, you say, okay, let's have it other. You just play around with as much things you want to play right there. You can drop shadow as well. You can choose to drop shadow. You can also change the background color we have there. You can change just anything I want it to be just to make the product stand out. You can have a more enticing color. So it's redirecting to this URL, and this URL it's my affiliate URL. So what that means is if you're buying from it, you are buying from my affiliate product. So let's assume I've already created a title, I've put some designs, and I've put some things to want to drive the user, and I'm done designing. All I need to do export. First, it's going to export as my mini page. So again, you do the same process. So we export it as my mini page. So I come here, I'd say Amazon cover table, right? So got it there. And I come over here. I just want to edit all of this for the purpose of SEO. And I come down here and hit and save changes. All right, so I've just set that up. I can just copy my link address. And if I load this on an incognito window, you get to see the Amazon cover table products, which are fetched. The same thing also happens with your website, blog, or your Shopify store, just about anything you want to promote, you can get it done with Cubeet. All right, so let that load up. I think my internet created slow. All right, great. So what happens is if a user clicks on this, it goes straight to the Amazon product you are promoting. And right at this spot here, when the user does the purchase, that purchase revenue comes to you as the one promoting it, which is an Amazon promoted product. So you can also do same with any other product. More update will add to this as well. So I can also drop you the link as well, so you can check it up and also check in. The comment here says, and this can go, okay, here it says, it's already, right? So that's it. I just dropped the link as well, so you can also view it at your end. So that's exactly the possibilities with Cubeet. Great. So again, we can achieve all of this with Cubeet. Let me go over to the overview and you see a new functionality we've added, which is using Cubeet to fetch testimonials. So again, with Cubeet, once you come over here, or rather, sorry, I was supposed to go to interactions. That's it. So on interactions, when you have interactions like this on your video, we have a new functionality which allows you to copy your embedded link. So with this your embedded link, you could have it saved on a website where you have designed as your feedback or testimonial reviews, which you can set up for your particular brand or product, or you could also set it up for a client. So I hope all that saves and this really serves. So let me know if you were enjoying what you were saying, because we'll be wrapping up at this point as we move on to close up with setting up your white label. So I want to get your feedback. What do you think about the training so far? And what do you appreciate about all we've shown so far? All right, Sean Phillips says, this is going to be a great tool. Thanks, Joshua. My account has not worked for months, but I have faith that it will get better. Thanks for the training. It was excellent. All right, Sean, right. Drop your email. As I've mentioned, this is meant to be an interactive section as well as a support section as well. If you're having any challenges, mention it. drop it as well. We are committed to ensure that everyone gets the best out of this. All right, so at this point, I will also be switching to further updates which we've done. To those who have the white level access, you can also come over to our profile page. On your profile page, you have a whole lot of interactions you can work with there to allow you uh, all right, that's where I am. All right, to allow you set up your white level here. So on your white level, once you provide what we call your subdomain name, the subdomain is automatically generated for you. In this case, we use popups.cubeet.io. So what this means is you can access your white level account on popups.cubeet.io. And at this point, I can also change what we call a brand name. So in a brand name, call it pops up, and you could also provide your custom URL. So what we did here, like if you come over to done for euros right here, you will notice here that we also have Cubeet. So what this means is I've already pointed the IP to this done for you us deal, which will also link to my account. So what happens is if you have all of this done, you set up your white label, you can always come over to where we have the manage users to add your users to your account. So as much users you want to add, you can come out here to add the users as you want them to be. Right. So coming back here, we have the setup process. Now, in the setup process, we recommend that you use Cloudflare because Cloudflare allows you to automatically set up your SSL, which is a secure socket layer, which is the HTTPS you find on your URL, so that your URL or your setup will not be flashing or notifying a warning message like there is something wrong or it's a malicious site and all of that. So that is why you need to enable and HTTPS. And Cloudflare allows you to do this free of charge. So that's why we recommend that you do your setup using Cloudflare. So I'll be logging in into a Cloudflare account right away. So you see what we did there. So let me quickly log in. As I log in, let me also see the question section box because most questions have the consigns here. So we have the Global Alliance Group. Okay, that's Sean Phillips. Okay. Okay, it says I can see people using this in place of digital business cards. Okay, Carlos Perez, that's nice. All right, so I got this in. All right, so what we did here. All right, so I'm switching over. So if you had gotten a domain set up, let's say done for yours, you purchase it, you can purchase a domain from Namecheap. You have a Namecheap account, you can purchase it from Namecheap. Now, if you're setting up with Cloudflare, Cloudflare always allows you to add your domain. Like if you add a site, they will require you to add the name server. So let's come over here. Let me log in here. So while that is coming through, we want to add the name server to a domain we got here. So let's see. Then, all right, great. So there's a domain which we got set up here. So when this domain was purchased, Cloudflare gave us this name server. So all we needed to do was to come here. We switched from Namecheap Basic DNS or Namecheap Web Hosting DNS to Custom Domain DNS. And we provided the uh, name service from Cloudflare. So don't worry. Once you set up your Cloudflare, it's a free account. As you come to add sites, they will also provide you this option. So once you add your site and you follow through the process, okay, let's say I'm adding this now. This is just a demo. Let's just say cubeetdemo.com, right? So just come over to add site. So once you follow through the process, Cloudflare tries to crawl the site to know if it's existing. It asks you which version, which option to pick. You can ignore all of this and select the free. The free is as good as what the premium does, except for some little limitation, but that doesn't matter. So you click on continue. Once you click on continue, it tries to crawl through the site to know if the domain is already existing elsewhere, if it has a proxy and all of that. So once it doesn't see that, it returns an empty record like this, and you hit on continue. Now it says with that DNS record, Cloudflare is unable to activate your site. It's best you set your DNS record, say confirm, right? So once you proceed, it's now requesting that you point to Cloudflare name server, which is the same name server I mentioned earlier. So you can see the name server. So all you need to see, anahai.ns.cloudflare.com, mitchell.ns.cloudflare.com. So you copy this one after the other. Once you copy this, you bring it in here, paste it. That's what we did here. You copy the next one, you bring it in here, paste it. So that's exactly what we did there. So once you are done setting this up, you click on done, check name server. So the system is going to take you through this wizard process. You hit on get started. Now this wizard process, ensure that you have this automatic HTTPS rewrite turned on to show green like this. So you want to ensure that it's turned green, and you hit on save. And also ensure that you have always used HTTPS turned on. Ensure you keep this turned on, and you hit on save. Great, so you have nothing to do with this, so leave it the way it is. You hit on save. So at this point, you would have successfully set up your entire process, and you hit on save. So I can now come over to click on finish. So once you click on finish, it is assumed that your domain you purchased from Namecheap or GoDaddy, wherever you purchased the domain from, you've already done the mapping, you've already done the gluing. By gluing, you've tied in the name server to it. Now, there are other processes I can show you, but I don't want to make this appear complicated. I want to leave it this simple, right? So now once you get this done, you come over to DNS. Now, on your DNS, we have what we call set the DNS record. Now, the DNS record you will require to set is what we call the A record. You have several records here you can pick from, but here we're looking at setting the A records. Now, your A records, all you need to put at here. Now, when it comes over to your IP, the IP you need to work with is 38.242.153.189, and you leave this on proxy status, leave this as well as it is. And once you're done, you come over to hit on save. Yeah, so you come over to hit on save. So once you save that, you are good, it's been done. So if you've done, or if you've already done the linking, give it about 15 to about an hour, depending on your server propagation, then you would have successfully gotten this done. Now, one of the questions which a very enthusiast user of Cubeet asked, which is a person of Carlos Perez, who's also in the room here, was how can he point this domain to a subdomain, assuming he has a domain which is Cubeet.io, and on this Cubeet.io, he wants his page, which is the marketing page, which we have as Cubeet. Not the overview this time. That's the Cubeet homepage, which is more like the landing page, right? Since I'm not logged, that is still going to be showing this. So assuming you want your Cubeet access to now be either as a subdomain, which could now be either access.cubeet or it could be app.cubeet. So how do you point this so that your Cubeet will be pointed to app.cubeet? Now, two approach. First, see what you have here. You can create a CNAME record in your domain registrar and point it to Cubeet.io or an A record. So you can create this CNAME record pointed to this on your CNAME, on your cPanel rather. And something else you can do is when you are on your Cloudflare, on Cloudflare, whenever you come to say add record, now this is what happens. At this point where you have the name, instead of using at, you can rather use app. Now what it means, now if you look at the top now, you see it has automatically created a subdomain for you. So you now have app.cubeet.demo.com. Carlos Perez, I hope you're seeing this. Now, so instead of using at, I'm saying rather use app. So that automatically means that you now have a subdomain created. Now you can still point it to the same IP and it works pretty the same. But what you will not do differently is on your Cubeet, you now copy this app.cubeet.demo.com. That is what you will now add here in this your custom domain URL. You will now add app.cubeetdemo.com. I believe you got this, Carlos Perez. I think I deserve some champagne. Send some champagne across to me. So that's exactly how you can go about setting up your subdomain in practice. All right, so get that done and let me get your feedback. I've really flogged this. That's because I really want to push things out and I want people to really get the value and start putting this to use. Now, I also want to show you what a user like you it's already doing. Watch the screen and see the review he dropped and what he's doing with his Cubeet account for several months now. Uh, okay, let me switch screen. All right, let me know if you see it. He's rather using Cubeet to run his consultation service. So here is what he has to say about Cubeet. See my screen? All right, so this is exactly what's happening with Unbreakup. You can see this little boy here, the square icon, which Jesse did for his Unbreakup consultation services. So once you click on it, he has this up and running here. So he has his free consultation. Talk with me right now when available. You can also use the scan code, which he brought in here. So this is a whole lot of creativity you can also use in your setup. So like mentioned, this is an interactive section because getting to see what others are already doing also helps you to really get the insight as to what you can start doing and how you can start leveraging the services to others out there. So at this point, that we'll be calling it a curtain for the training, and we'll move over to the Q&A section. I have just 10 minutes to spend with the Q&A, and we'll call it a day. I apologize for taking this long. I was thinking we could keep it under 1 hour, and of course we have it this long, and I'm also super excited that you were really found this of value. And still in the room, we have Winston Thomas, we have Sean Phillips, we have Robert Butry, we have Ray Valley, we have Rantuka, we have Mac Middleton, we have Dali June, we have Daniel Stelkler, we have Carlos J, we have Carlos Perez. All right, we are super excited that you stuck with us this long, even when we had technical challenges, you still remain in-house with us. All right, so I have a question here. It says, is there a Facebook group for Cubeet? Yes, there's a Facebook group, Daniel Stelkler here. Uh, okay, I think let me just quickly check that up and drop it for you. Okay, Robert Bertry says, I got here late, love it. How can I get this? Okay, like mentioned, we actually wanted to keep this straight on training because we really wanted to push this, but we can just still drop you link for anyone who hasn't gotten this yet because this was just purely training. Thank you so much, Carlos Perez. All right, thank you, bro. You have over delivered. Thank you, Sean Phillips. That's the feeling, that's the feedback we want to get because we want to keep over delivering to our customers and ensure they get the best out of it. Right. So any further questions you have, I'll be pleased to get to answer it. Okay. All right. Let me quickly get the Facebook link as well. That's the Facebook group. Okay, I think that's group. Yours is Cubeet, right? Is it? Yeah, great. All right, so I think I just lay my hands on it. I am just dropping this right away. Very good. So that's the Facebook group. Share to all members. You can access it and we'll add you up. All right. So Carlos says, is there a way to add the deck and light logo? So deck has a light logo. Would there be an option for changing the shape and size and color of the cycle square of the widget we put in the website? All right, right on widgets, you can see that you can play around with this setup. First, Ranko, when you come over to widget right here, what we have here. All right, great. So see here, you have your widgets. You can add as much widgets as you want to. So let's say you're creating a widget. You can pick your widget layout. You can either set it as square or you set it as cycle. So once you come over here to edit, something happens. So on your design flow here, when you are selecting what widget you want it to be, and I did not mention, we have a setup which is coming through, which will allow you to use your Cubeet to set up a story-like experience. Yeah, just like you have when you view short stories on YouTube, you view short stories on Instagram, you view short stories on TikTok, you view short stories on your WhatsApp stories. We are also coming up with a rollout of that update, so expect it soon. And something interesting again is you can also make a request of a special function you are looking at for or you would want, and we'll take that up as a challenge and see how much we can invest further into it and get it done. And once it's done, we'll also mention it to you and a credit to you as well. So once you select your widget that you want here, you have it there. All right. So when we have the request for more customizations, it's much persons are talking about playing around with what should appear here. I believe that's what you're talking about here right now, how this should appear, playing around if you want a cycle. So what you have there, you have it a square or you have it a cycle. We already have that covered. So let me really understand. Most times you can make a video presentation or request of what you are trying to explain. That way it makes it better. If anyone wants his mic to be turned on, you can indicate and I will turn on your mic and you can contribute to this and every other person in the room can hear you. So I got right, Robert Beltry says, oh, yeah, you can. Okay, Rand Talker says I should turn on his mic. All right, turn on your mic, Rand Talker, straight up. I do so. Coming over. Let me turn on Rand Talker's mic. Right, great. Rand Talker,
So,
your mic is now turned on.
okay, it's good now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I believe every other person can hear you too. As much persons that want their mic to be turned on,
Okay,
let me
thank
know and
you.
you will turn on because we want this interactive. Yeah.
Yes, okay. First, thank you for the training. It's a really good training so far. A,
You're
a
welcome.
quick question, because you just showed this square button on the widget on the corner. Now, my question was if there will be option in the future so we can control the size and the shape, and maybe we can put our own custom button or shape, not only square or circle.
Okay.
That was the
Okay.
question.
Okay. I
Thank you.
get you now. Yeah, I get you now. So, like mentioned, we'll see how to work this out and making that a possibility for you to be able to put up your own options. But let's just keep it on the loop. Let's keep it on the loop. Let's not attach a time frame to it because so we don't have an expectation that will be delayed, right? So let's have
Okay.
that in the loop. All right. I have Carlos Perez also requesting for his mic to be turned on. So on straight to turn on Carlos Perez mic. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I am now. Carlos Perez, you've been unmuted. You can go ahead. Are you there with us, Carlos Perez?
Hello? Okay, there you go. So,
Yeah, go
man,
ahead.
look, I love what you did. I'm telling you. And it was funny reading that message to you where I said I fucked up by ordering that other product, thinking that it was going to actually be something. And then it was nothing like what they promised. Everything that you said is here. I had the same question about the custom icon in the widget, but that was already answered. One thing I would like to know, do you think in the future there may be an upgrade where if there's a larger organization that's going to use this, that they can have multiple agents that can be picked from?
Can you just rephrase the question? Let me get it clearly.
Okay. So right now it's a one-on-one thing. So when someone goes to my site, they click on it, they have the option to call me, chat with me, do whatever. In the future, if the company say had like 5 agents, would there be a way for all 5 agents to show up and then you just choose the agent that you want to chat with?
Okay, yes, we are working on improving on that interactivity more because we are looking at making it possible that for every feedback you can respond and get an internal notification. So we are upgrading to that level where whoever communicates, whoever agent communicates with you, we can always route it. So you see, we already have that
Wow.
option,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, we already have that option, but I must admit that it is not really to the standard, just like you are looking at it. That's where we have under our audience. Now, if you come to audience here, how I'm not missing it. No, rather conversations, right? Yeah, conversations. So on conversations right here, I can just come here. That's I should have you somewhere here. I
I'm down
can
the
just
bottom, huh?
say, okay, just say Carlos. I think I have you somewhere here,
If you scroll
right?
down, right there.
Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, great. So right here, what it does is if there was an active conversations we have, so we're trying to fetch what you have on your feedback so that if there are active conversations, we could just say, hey, dude, and this can also help many organizations run this as their support dashboard, support
Right.
platforms as
Right.
well. Yeah,
Exactly.
so we have the whole interactions right inside this. You see, is already captured, but of course, we are still working on it to optimize it because we want to keep improving and evolving the whole Qubit framework.
Excellent, man. Thank you.
All right, Carlos, nice to hear your voice.
Same here. Thank you.
All right, so I think I had one. Yeah, Daniel Steric, so far we don't have the webhook. What we have, it's the API integrations that allows you to fetch into your leads. So what we have, if you come over to integrations, you can see the number of integrations we have here, right there. So we have Drip, we have MailChimp, and we have ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, Get Response. So just like you've mentioned, we'll also look at having webhook so as to allow you to also play around with the feedbacks you have here and connect it to every other API. So the truth is there are a whole lot of possibilities. So we wouldn't want to limit anyone to what we already have, and we'll admit that we'll keep improving as much as you have. So webhook is a must. Yes, Daniel's direct. Yeah, we accept that, and we are going to work getting that done. All right, the fastest way to get support is you can always write to hello@cubeet.com. And whatever it is, we'll be setting up a special consultation Skype group. So I will have yet another training. It will have one more training and yet another by next week. So I don't know if next week will be fine or everyone will be in the spirit of the holidays. So if you will find for us to have yet another training by this weekend. I want to see you vote by this weekend. And if you want us to have another training on the 27th, thereabout, which is the upper week, I also want to see you comment on it. So we have it set up. All right. So, okay, I'm getting the feedbacks here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right. So we'll work that out. All right, great. So we'll be having yet two more trainings scheduled for this, and we'll set up a consultation forum Skype group, which will allow us to do more of a business growth hacking, so that wherever you have challenges, we could also step in and help you get it done. So it is more like a more like a partner relationship business success. All right. Thank you very much, Rand Talker. All right. I want to really appreciate everyone who made it live to this training up till this moment. And of course, we want to say congratulations for supporting us, because your presence also tells us to do more, and your positive feedbacks gives us the energy to just keep improving and investing more to evolve this brand. All right. Once again, thank you, Carlos J. Thank you, Carlos Perez. Thank you, Daniel Stekla. Thank you, Darlene Jane. Thank you, Ren Tucker. Thank you, Ray Valley. Thank you, Robert Butry. Thank you, Sean Phillips. Thank you, Weston Thomas. And of course, thank you, Winnie. We thank everyone making it right here. All right. All right. Good night, Rantoka. All right. Bye for now.